I've been dreaming about you. I've had a lot of halfway between daydreams and dreams. So partially awake, but not completely. Not just closing my eyes and thinking about Aries, but when I laid down to go to sleep, before I had completely fallen to sleep, images coming into my mind of known Aries. So you have been sort of permeating my essence and in the process telling me bits and pieces of what is accelerating your motivation. There's this intensity, there's this ferocity, there's almost this hunger of want, of desire, of intent, of knowing what you want, who you want so badly. A new project, a new focus, a new opportunity. And you can sense the potential. You can sense the potential, and the desire is what you focus on. The desire, the passion, the potential is 100% what you are committed to. What I felt on the other side was used and fearful, excited and aroused, but unseen and devoured. And so here we have the dynamic of your passion being so important, of your desires being so important. But how aware of you, no buts, the awareness of you to the other person being so non-existent. I am not the type of person who advises anybody to stop being themselves for the sake of somebody else. But I would advise being aware of the impact on that opposite party. Because inside my dream, they were pregnant. And it doesn't matter if you're male and female. What matters is the symbology. It matters that this was a new life and a new opportunity that was actually coming through to you, for you, through this other person or this other opportunity or job. It was something new. And your ferocity and devouring energy was actually putting that future at risk. Because there was going to be fights, there was going to be tension always in the relationship being based on this domineering, I control everything sense. And basically, in doing that, diminishing and belittling that other party to the point where they really were a doormat and had no say. And ultimately, that will become extremely burdensome for you. So I looked at the situation and the circumstance and I thought, well, how do I communicate this to Aries in a way that's actually useful to them and doesn't make them, forget about being pissed. If you're pissed at my messages, you're pissed at my messages, but that's not my point. My point is to help you. My point is to make this useful information. So how do I make this useful information? the conduit that you are ignoring to get to the next step was actually more vital and important than the next step. Because they had this ability, forget about pregnancy, they had this ability to bring part of you to life, and you were missing it. And if this person has this ability and has this connection to you and love for you or appreciation for you, if we're talking about an opportunity, think of their vast potential in the future as opposed to just what they can give you or be to you right now. It's like seeing a beautiful, shiny new car and basically running it ragged and driving it 120 miles an hour in third gear because you want to hear the engine grind and it's a rush and it's awesome and you feel the engine grind. Well, there are other ways to make that engine howl that have nothing to do with braking it. So there is a temperance here. There is that need here to step back and look for other options, not compromising what it is you want or what your goals are. No. But reaching your goals without breaking somebody else, your relationship with somebody else, or yourself by breaking your potential to be smart and to be malleable and to be strong in ways other than aggression. I do believe that Mars is still in Aries, so this could be why there's this energy and this ferocity of just not listening to anyone. Determination, that masculine, progressive, progress at all costs energy. Exceptional opportunity if it's tempered with listening to wise counsel. And that wise counsel is coming in the form of Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto still conjuncting. There's this energy of, and I talked about this in my blog, and I hope you guys will read it. This energy coming up as we get closer and closer to this new moon in Cancer, where both the sun and the moon are in perfect harmony with each other. So it's like you're feeling really good and really strong about yourself and about your capabilities, but there's that opposition of Jupiter and Saturn and Pluto. They're opposing this beautiful harmony. Why? Because they want you to check yourself. It's not that they don't want you to feel good about yourself. They want you to check yourself to see how beneficial is this and how good of an idea is this really. Or are you just judging it on basically how high you are on yourself right now? Have you really looked this over? Especially with Saturn back in Capricorn, have you looked it over for the long term? How is this energy going to impact the long term? Because it's one thing to feel good right now, and it's another thing to do good in your life and in others. And you don't have to be Little Miss Altruism. You don't have to be motherfucking Teresa, right? But in other words, it may feel good right now, like running that engine and grinding it. But a couple miles up the road, it's not going to feel so good when you have to spend $4,000 for a brand new engine. And that's really the energy that I want you guys to be aware of right now. That's really what I want you guys to be aware of. Turkey spirit. There you go, Aries, there you go. You're all in. As if something's on the chopping block. As if you are committed 100%. And I love this energy, the energy of 6 + 1 = 7. Creating, making things with your whole self. Use all of me if you have to. I am a conduit for the purpose of the future, for getting things done. This beautiful energy of helping, of giving your whole self, putting your whole self in for somebody else and getting wonderful benefits out of it. Moving fast, moving rapidly. This could be fertility. This could be pregnancy, but really it's just multiplying your gains by making sacrifices. You're actually going to do better for yourself by sacrificing pieces of your ego. Because that's really what altruism is, isn't it? There's that sense of, I'm going to sacrifice what feels good to me because I just want, just for the benefit of somebody else. And how amazing that energy is going to impact your life right now. It will do so many different things, especially kind of curb that need, that sensation in you, or that impulse in you to just go full speed ahead, not giving a fuck about anybody else. Because that is really dangerous for you right now. Whether it looks like great potential or not, there is a sense of it really just being the trick of a drug high. And really this drug high is coming from this energy of feeling real good about yourself. And what this will do is help to curb that and help to use that energy responsibly and in a more long-term capacity, so that you, Aries, are actually extending the energy and extending the potential for this energy to work for you for long term. And whatever you start now, even if it's, especially if it's a passion project, don't expect the benefits to come out quickly. Don't do that. Don't do that. Instead, expect the benefits to come long term after you have, because that Mars energy, especially when it's in Aries, is a sense of instant win. Smash and crash and win by decimating. But you leave so much in the wake of that, so much debris, so much garbage, so many little things that you're not seeing that will actually trip you up in the long run, if that's the mentality that you decide to adopt here. Something has been building, a sense of overlooking the small things because you've been so focused on the big things, the big stuff, the big wins. But what about the details? And Saturn, especially when Saturn is in Capricorn, holy moly, is that going to be a big thing? The details that you're overlooking, I can tell you right now that you're overlooking, they're going to come and basically, if you handle them, they're gonna make you. If you ignore them, they're gonna break you. Because that's really what Saturn looks at. Did you cross all your T's? Did you dot all your I's? Did you spell check your words? He's very particular about those things. Why? Because Saturn, especially Saturn in Capricorn, wants things done correctly. They're not going to be impressed by those big wins or those big demonstrations. They're going to be impressed by, okay, but that they do it inside my lines. And with this energy that's around you right now, Aries, you don't want to be inside anybody's lines. Hell no. There's a big conflict there. This is leadership. This is looking toward the future. This is leading through example, leading through honor, leading through dignity, leading through liberty and grace, also leading through the law. This is Leo, and this is Capricorn. Now, you could very well be dealing with a Leo, that is extremely fastidious, that is extremely to the note of the law. Maybe they're involved, Aries, in the government. They're a soldier, they're a lawyer, they're a judge of some sort. There is this sense of you will be judged based on your character. You will be judged based not only on your confidence, but on how you care for others and how big your heart is. There is that sense of being judged on your integrity. Because these two cards together are all about integrity and leadership and deserving leadership. as opposed to just wanting it and taking it. Let's dig deep a little bit more into the personal interpretations here. You could very well be dealing with a Leo who has just found out that they are pregnant, and you did not know about it, or some sort of situation where something has been growing between the two of you for quite some time. But I feel like this has more to do, honestly, with the law. I will say this to you. There's so much good going on right now. But it's the little things that are going to trip you up. And that's the issue with when so many big things, good things and big things are going on, that the little things are so easily overlooked and you think that they're not important. And I think the mentality here is that you think everything's going perfectly, everything's going correctly, everything's going right. But it's that small stuff that's rapidly building, rapidly increasing. It's like with the more abundance you have, the more vermin it attracts. So there is this sense of, remember, Aries, to clean up whatever. Remember your wake. Remember the wake, right? Because right now you're that speedboat riding on a lake, just headed somewhere. And it's awesome and it's a fucking rush. But what is in the wake? What is pushed out of that, within that wake? What is in that wake? What are you leaving in your wake, in the wake? You know, all the waves, what is it bumping into? Who is it causing problems for? Because that kind of stuff is not going to be forgotten. It's going to literally be how that Saturnian energy judges your value. There's really high expectations on you right now. Whatever opportunity you've been given, there's going to be high expectations on you right now. Expectations not only in performance, but in moral fiber. That's an FYI that I want you guys to be aware of, so that you can succeed and really pass this test. Because what are they going to try to get you on, Aries? They're going to try to get you on those impulses that you so easily succumb to with that Marsian energy, that Aries energy, that war battle energy. So easily succumb to, I'm just going to drive it home. So easy to succumb. That's how it tempts you, right? That's that devil card energy, that temptation towards your weakest selves. I want you guys to be aware of it. If there's a video that's really worth watching, please share this with all your other Aries friends, because this is something that you need to know. You're being watched. And how you conduct yourself and how you treat people in this process is going to determine a lot of your levels of success. FYI. There's a special treat I have for you guys. I want to go into angel cards. I'm going to start incorporating this into all my readings. Just pulling a few angel cards for you guys to give you, to like tap into not just my spirit messages and what my spirit guides are telling me, but basically the word straight from the spirit guides. I have these amazing cards that I use during my dailies. You can catch them here every Friday. And I'm telling you, every single time it is 150% like mind-blowing what these cards come up with. So hold on one second while I get the cards. I'm in Austin, Texas, by the way, just so that you guys know where I am on my trip now. Yes, I am still road tripping. We'll stay in Austin for the next week because I have family here. So your angel messages, what do your spirit guides really want you to know? Whoa, healing. I, the angel of healing, am with you right now. Feel my presence and my unwavering love for you. I have loved you before the dawn of time, and I will love you for all eternity. So that's what this energy is, isn't it really? That's what it is. You're trying to prove your value. You're trying to prove your worth. You're focused on productivity and outcome because you feel like you have to prove your value to somebody. Maybe a father figure, a parental figure, somebody who has led, somebody who has guided, almost the Mufasa in your life. It's almost like the Simba Mufasa complex of, I am never going to be good enough for this person. I am never going to be good. And the only way that I will show these people that I am good enough for them is if I achieve. At what cost? You're different from them. You're your own person. So trying to attain what you think would impress them is not impressive. What is impressive is knowing how amazing your energy is and how it impacts all those people around you and how it can do good and make progress at the same time. There is this opportunity for you to heal by knowing why you feel like you have to succeed, achieve, and knowing all that you're giving up and missing by making that your focus. Because listen, you're going to succeed and achieve no matter what. It's your energy and it's your destiny. Doing this, looking out for those small things, for those smaller creatures. That's what's actually going to make you stand out. That's what's actually going to be the difference between you, Aries, and another Aries who gets themselves into trouble or continuously lets themselves down, because it's like you're never going to earn the approval of that person that you think you're not good enough for. This is serious parental energy, especially with these two cards. A sense of, I could give all of myself to this person and still not be good enough for them. But I guarantee you that they don't see themselves. I think that they feel like they have to impress you just as much. And the reason why they have to maintain this image of greatness for you is because they think that's the only way that they'll be valuable to you. Is if they have this impression of greatness and perfection as opposed to just being human, and letting you see those little nuances and those that more afraid side of them, and that those parts of them where they felt like they were never going to achieve anything, and then those days when they were afraid and that they never thought that they would accomplish anything. You may see this, and you may feel like that's why you have to be this. But in reality, they dealt with all those fears and all those sorrows and all those insecurities and worries that you did, that you are right now. There's a sense of embracing this to truly be the leader you were meant to be. There's also a sense of seeing that side of them and allowing them to be even more beautiful for their imperfections. Let's pull one more spirit card. I love the spirit card energies, and I've got to continue to incorporate them. And I just saw 444 on the bottom. of my time frame, 444. Because they change the whole reading. It's like those messages from Spirit really allow me to dig in to the soul or the heart of the reading. Faith. Do not lose faith. The storm clouds will soon clear and the sun will shine once more. So often we think that we can blow those storm clouds away and we end up giving ourselves like hyperventilating. It's not that you don't have the energy, it's that you're using it in the wrong way. Remember, there's a sense of you can sit there and huff and puff and try to clear the storm clouds away, but that's never going to work, right? It feels like it's working, it's physical, it's energized, you feel something, you feel like you're making an impact, but you're not. How can you really make that impact? Well, not by holding your breath, meditating, calming yourself, calming others through your example. Like, that's the kind of stuff. That's the kind of stuff that really, really, really makes you somebody who inspires others. And last but not least, we have, every time they blow me away, compassion. Have you been as compassionate as you could be? Or have you been so caught up with trying to impress that you've actually been the cause of somebody's pain? When you show greater compassion towards yourself, the universe automatically responds by showering you with greater blessings. So this is really about you, isn't it? It's not about even how you treat others, or maybe you are treating others in the way that you have been treated. If you have been bullied or steamrolled or pushed or disregarded and disrespected and had all these, could only impress somebody if you were getting A pluses and 100s. Like, oh my God. Know that you were worth more. Know that there's so many more nuances of you that have nothing to do with all that overachievement. And the fact that you are still steamrolling the way that you were steamrolled is actually harming others the way that you were harmed. So this is a sense of, hey, stop this karmic cycle. You have the ability to do it. And the ability to do it starts with just becoming aware of it. Aries, I'm going to continue this reading. In the extended, pull a full tarot spread and your romance reading. Please join me for that. I love you guys. I'll talk to you next week.